Why not just make up some names and pretend we have a massive production department behind us? Oh,
Look at that. What is that? The backside of Penhill?
Penhill's just starting there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just as it sort of curves
Right.
around that corner.
Really. Awesome. Make the most of it. Well, it's
A brew time, James.
cheers. Thank you.
Indeed. Is it going to make any difference?
No, is it not? Is everyone going to care? No, they're not.
No. No one cares.
They're not going to be able to hear us for the road anyway. And then when a motorbike goes hooning past.
Exactly. Should I turn my phone on silent or just throw it away?
Winner! Ugh. Oh, what else would you rather be doing on a sunny afternoon?
Funny,
Hey, up some of the motorbikes.
Yeah. You can all see the birds and see some of the decrepit sheep. Yeah. Funny you should mention it. Spreader's parked up over there.
All right.
Half full.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Is that what you're meant to be doing?
It had a massive case of indigestion last night.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Well, what wouldn't it eat?
I'm so enthusiastic about looking into it, I haven't checked yet.
Right.
There's a good 3 ton of stuff to manually shift out of the way before I can even start to inspect what it's tried to eat.
Right.
But
Was this your own stuff you were spreading or someone else's?
No, someone else's.
You don't know what's gone in it?
No. No.
Rubbish. And it's got an auger in, has it? It's an auger with a paddle at the front.
Yeah, there's an auger slowly turning, fetching everything towards the discharge rotor at the front, yeah.
Yeah. And it throws it out sideways.
That's it, yeah.
Quite a long way when it's working and can.
Beautiful when working. Beautiful when eating what it's supposed to. But just on initial inspection, the discharge rotor's got at least 2 bent paddles on it.
Oh, man.
And they're complete, and you can see the shards of whatever, be it concrete or stone, whatever it's tried to eat. But the
concrete with reinforcing bar in it.
There was all I remember is dust, sparks, and bang.
So there's steel and concrete in there, then, isn't there? Amazing.
Yes. There's a lot of work in there. So it is.
And then an appointment with a chiropractor afterwards.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah. I don't know. If I still owned the technology, I'd probably just roll it over.
What,
roll the whole spreader over.
As you have the money to, you can roll it over. Yeah.
Whereas I think the old loader tractor might be out of puff for that. But yeah,
right.
It needs. I think it's going to take more than a Rennie to sort this. Do you know? I might need a few before I'm finished.
Yeah.
A lot of bikes out today.
Yeah. Well, what did you expect?
You meet any on the roads?
No, I didn't, to be fair.
Oh.
Oh, actually, no, there was 2. Yeah, there was 2 coming past us, but they were being sensible.
Oh.
So yeah,
makes a change.
So yeah, so we're back for another episode,
another exciting installment, James.
And we are in the heart of Wensleydale.
Yes,
because I've come up to Nige this time because I was away last week, so we decided we'd come up here.
Ruined the Friday feeling.
Yeah,
by just not being there.
Yeah, did not attend.
No.
Was it missing in action, MIA?
Oh no, we knew where you were. You weren't strictly missing, you just weren't where you should be.
Oh well, yes.
You were
in Italy at EMA show, which is a massive agricultural machinery show. And I went there because Spapperi have a stand there. Do you know, it's 6 years yesterday that I went to see them.
Don't say that, you're giving away your age.
Well, yeah. And I've got a picture of me and Enrico to match the one that we have from right from the beginning. And in fairness, the lads that worked for him were mocking him a bit, saying he'd aged. I don't think he had, to be fair. But I don't think the Italians do age, to be fair.
Oh, those good-looking bastards.
They're just
I don't know
like
if it's the
climate
think
and
it
the
is.
food. The
Yeah,
food is epic every single time. It's just like they're just simple and awesome.
yeah.
They can make the simplest thing taste amazing, and it just puts a bit of a
Here's
bit
a tomato and a piece of stale bread.
yeah,
Oh my god, this is gorgeous.
and a drizzle of olive oil. Like I hate tomatoes, and yet I love this. How have you done it?
That's how it works. Yep.
It
Yeah.
yeah
And you saw the next big thing.
yeah. In fairness, so went there in 2018 to see a thing called interplant weeder, which is 2 rotating heads, and you sit on the back of it, and you drive along, and you move the plant's coming through the middle, and somebody sits on the back and moves 2 hydraulic levers that move the heads around the plant.
So it's
Which
not just in between the rows,
no,
it's
which
in between the plants.
so basically what you had hand hoeing, which is like someone with a hoe, and robotic weeding, and this is the middle ground between. Because hand hoeing, you can't get people to do it. No one wants to do it. It's horrible, horrible work. And with things like pumpkins, you can't spray them, so you have to hand hoe them. And this was an alternative to that. So that was what I went there for 6 years ago. And I was there again this time because they have launched an AI weeder. So this is a weeder with a camera on that can differentiate between pumpkins or whatever crop it is, load of different crops, and weeds and soil and stone, and basically move the heads round the plants as you go along. Nobody on the back. So yeah,
And
exciting.
how long has this been in development, or is it all
Well,
tight-lipped?
the funny thing is, I don't really know because I was sort of badgering them a bit, saying, "Can we not put a camera on?" Because I was being asked by people, "Can we put a camera on this weeder?" And I was like, "Well," and I'd looked at it, and Lindsay said, "You're not the right person to look at this. Spapperi ought to be doing it," which is fairly fair comment. And I'd sort of said, "Could you do a robot weeder?" But this is like the next level on for a robot weeder, because the thing about this is, it's communicating all the time, so it's self-learning. So it's taking pictures all the time, loading them up to the cloud, and then analysing the data, analysing the pictures, and it's just improving. And the more people use them, the more images they get, the more accurate it gets. It's just like just getting better and better and better, which is what sort of excites me really. Because robot weeders have been done,
Yeah,
and they're all right in certain conditions. And I'm saying that because I've got customers who've got them and say that to me.
they
So
work.
yeah, so that's why. So yeah, this is like the next one on from that.
What I would ask is, each machine in turn itself is out there learning, or they have a central database that everything uploads and downloads from to
Yeah,
learn, or
yeah. So every row unit, so each row unit, 1 unit per row, each row unit has a camera on. So each of them is transmitting data to a cloud that's then being sent back. And if you didn't say the list, so if you're on a crop that it hasn't been used on before,
yeah,
basically you drive over it with the weeder raised up over like somewhere between 1 acre and 2 acres. Just drive over the top of it, and that then uploads the images to the cloud. 2 or 3 days later, go back, and it should be able to weed that crop because it'll have had the time to analyse the images, work out what's what.
yeah.
And
ooh, now that's I see what you mean. Yeah, that's
so that is like
rather interesting.
And I met the lad who designed. He's a Czechoslovakian, who designed the camera. And I met him, and he's a pretty clever lad. And he was quite interesting to talk to. So yeah, it's one thing that he said that was quite interesting. I think I showed him some videos of what the weeders do over here, some of the weeds that they deal with, and I think he was a bit surprised because they're like mincing weeds that are like this tall, and just like, yeah, no bother. And he was a bit surprised at that. But anyway, I think yeah. But he what he said was,
can do it.
well, yeah. Well, that's what we used them for. So it's a case of like that's what we want it for, really, isn't it? It needs to be able to do that. But in Turkey, apparently, they get so we're paying say 15, 20 euros an hour for work throughout Europe.
Yes.
In
Yes.
Turkey, they're paying 20 euros a day. So they're not interested in automation.
No.
But he reckoned that, and I think it's going to be a way off, but it will get there, that automation will end up being cheaper than paying someone 20 euros a day to do it. Now, I'm not saying that they want to replace those jobs, because those countries probably want those jobs. But if you imagine what we import now, like we were saying last week about importing stuff cheap, it could swing the other way, and we could produce it cheaper than they could produce it. That's going some. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it was a theory he had.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a difficult position with the rest of the world, but a lot of places, life is cheap.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's the problem. And life is cheap from the top down. It's not because the rest of us make it that way, or that's how we feel it should be. It's more that's how they themselves are governed, or even how they feel.
Yeah. They're the value of a life in different countries is very different to what it is here.
And in some cases, their beliefs are, well, if it's my time to die, it's my time to die.
Yeah, not a bad way of looking at it, though, is it?
And if you go looking for trouble and you cause trouble and you take someone else with you, well, it was their time to die as well.
Yeah, that's a bit fair. This has got a bit morbid pretty quick.
Well, yeah. Sorry. We can move on. So you're all for AI, James?
Well, I never saw this coming. I never thought 6 years ago, when I was stood with Enrico negotiating about that weeder, that 6 years later I'd be back there, and I said this to him, talking to him about an AI weeder. I don't know his answer. I'm excited about it in that application. Yeah. Why? What do you think?
I've seen the films, James.
All right, I haven't seen the films.
We've all seen Terminator.
Well, yes, we are.
We know that there's always a danger of this stuff coming.
All right.
Say self-aware. I have to say that whenever AI is talked about in the news or being developed or whatever, the root push behind it all is money. It's profit. What's the push for having AI on a weeder?
Money. Well, money and lack of staff. Lack of people willing to do the work. That's the biggest problem in farming. It was the biggest problem. That's why 2003 I started installing robot milking machines, and the number one reason, pretty much everything through my career has been to do with the lack of labour, the lack of people who want to do the work. It makes me laugh when people kick off about, someone's put a robot milker in for milking cows, and someone says, that's someone else's job gone. But half the reason they've been put in is because there weren't the people there willing to do the job anyway.
Exactly. Yep.
So
take note, people. Either pick up a hoe and go and riddle some pumpkins, or get ready to take arms up against a robot, basically. Yeah.
It's a bit lost without a tractor on the front. It needs a tractor.
For how long, James?
Well,
for how long?
Not that long.
3 years, maybe.
Not even that.
There you go.
Not if I get my way.
So ideally, yes. There's nothing wrong with. Honestly, you could farm your farm sat at the computer like you're on Farming Simulator.
With that, no.
Shortly.
Well, I don't think so.
No?
I honestly do not think that is going to happen, because this is what the government misses, that every farm is different. You cannot just apply one rule to everything. There's a lad down south who I've been watching recently on YouTube. Farms a lot of acres, and they've got drilled up. They've drilled all the wheat and barley and the beans. I don't know if they were planting anything else or not. I think he listed at least 4 different drills for sowing what he'd sown, because not one of them was going to do everything on its own. Either it wouldn't it do the middle of the field but couldn't do the headland, or there was they call them a wet ground drill or something. It must be a tine drill of some sort. And he was saying, and that's where you still need that human input. You still need that knowledge. You still need that ability to make a decision based on the criteria.
Aha. Now you're saying making a decision on the prevailing conditions at that point, or could you map this into a computer and say, right, that's the area that's generally dry. This is a bit more maybe wet clay, blah blah blah, and just let them go. Follow the contours. Off you go.
You could. Half an hour,
Yeah.
you're in a big mess.
Well,
Because the trouble, like, so example is, right, there's a wet hole in a field, a wet spot that somebody will know, don't go there because it's wet. You could map that onto a thing, but also you get into a sticky bit, the drill clags up, gets plugged up.
oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It ain't gonna know. I know where you're going with that, and I think it's probably gonna happen, but not in our lifetime. I don't know. I just think
Do
there's
you
too many
know
variables.
how fast this is developing?
Well, that's a fair point. After just saying
And
that,
personally, I'm planning on living for more than another 2 or 3 years.
well, yeah,
So
yeah, that's a fair point.
I reckon I've got a good 6 in me.
Go on then. Right, this is a winner, isn't it? This is like, where's it going? Because if you could tell that, then you'd be a very wealthy man. And there is, in fairness, the other thing I did see in Italy, is X Farm, which is kind of what you're saying. It's like everything in one. All the mapping, all the stock control, weather. They have a livestock app, which is what I clocked it because they're working with Dyson Farms in Lincolnshire.
Oh yeah.
Some sort of project there that involves a lot of stuff and it's very clever and all this lot. But I clocked it because it has a livestock app, and most of those sort of technology software packages don't apply to livestock, and that one does.
Try and stay away from them. And I can understand why.
Yeah.
They're very fickle.
Yeah. The lad who developed his camera, he wasn't that impressed when I said, "Well, in fairness, you're not trying to deal with cows, which is what I was doing with robots. It's like, at least what you're trying to deal with is stationary. Like, it's not going to kick the crap out of it." I think, I maybe should have kept my mouth shut at that bit.
And your pumpkin isn't going to poo on your nice new machinery on its way past.
Yeah. Give it a swift batter on the way out.
Yeah.
Just to say thanks very much. See you next time.
Same time, 12 hours, yeah?
Stand on you for half an hour next time. So, yeah.
But with respect to where do I see it going, I don't know, because it's infiltrating everything. And for some reason, it seems to be the buzzword that, oh, we've got AI in now. Oh, it's got AI. Oh, it's AI. And everybody, anything that's infiltrated, for instance, phones, software,
Yeah.
everyone's plugging it as, oh, don't worry, you don't have to do it. AI will do that for you.
Yeah.
With respect to, there's one advert, someone hasn't done the homework, naughty boy. Oh no, panic, panic, panic.
Yeah.
What do? Oh, bing bang bosh. Oh look there, it's done. I got AI to do my homework. Well,
that's not good. Yeah.
You know, oh, that's, no, not happy.
No, it's going to inherently make people stupider.
Well, this is it. We're quite reliant on technology as it is.
Yes.
You're going to become even more reliant, especially when this gets to the point of when it's doing mundane tasks, like even mundane tasks around the house or in the workplace, or which they do to a point as it is, robots do.
Yeah.
But AI with the ability to self-learn, then they don't need a lot of the programming that they would need in traditionally.
Yeah.
They can learn, and they can then take on some of those more complex tasks.
Yeah.
So are people going to become more sedentary? Because it's pretty bad as it is.
Yeah.
Just sat in front of the TV or a phone, a laptop, tablet, and just vegetate.
Yeah, there is a big danger of that.
Watching.
We went out on Saturday. I took the girls beating round home. So they were shooting the pheasants, and we went round and we were beating the grass and the hedge backs and all that to get the pheasants to fly. and I was really looking forward to that. The girls were looking forward to it because it meant we got to spend time together. It was a cracking day, and I really enjoyed it. And I slept really well, and I've slept really well since. And I think it's because I did actually do some exercise. I'm not inactive,
No.
but it's not often to do something like that, and that did me the world of good.
Your work, I would say at least 50% of the time, I would think a lot more, to be honest with you, will be classed as active work.
Well,
You're moving, you're shifting,
yeah, it didn't help last week. I spent most of the time sat in an airport.
Well, yeah.
I travelled for a day, spent a day in Italy, travelled home for a day. It wasn't the most, but that's extreme to be fair. Yeah, I did a lot of walking when I was in Italy, but equally it didn't offset the 2 days that I sat around doing nothing.
Can't do much in an airport.
Or driving.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Pacing up and down a plane, people start asking questions.
Yeah.
Why are you fiddling with your shoelace, sir?
Yeah. So yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? Because like there was a lad I was working with who actually left his job because of AI, because he thought AI was coming to take his job, and I can sort of see where he was coming from. But I still think the trouble is we're of an age that we just like dealing with people. We want to talk to people. We want to communicate with people. It's an easier way of doing business. It's just easier.
Yeah.
But I think, like, when Fliss comes home from school and she's doing her homework on her phone, and that's not my choice, that's because of the way she's got to do it. She's at secondary school, just started. I'm thinking, she's doing it the other night. That's not what you're doing on your phone, Fliss. I'm doing my homework. What? Really?
Yep.
I was like, right.
What little homework they seem to get now, anyway.
Well, yes. We're definitely not going there. We're definitely not. That's a topic. We're not going down the road of that one because we'll offend too many people.
We don't offend anybody, James.
Well, they take offence, but equally,
we're so middle of the road. It's unbelievable. We're not inflammatory.
We think we're middle of the road. That's the trouble.
Well, we are. We're sensible. We can see crap on either side of the fence, can't we?
I'd like to think so, but someone who's that side of the fence probably disagrees with me, as does somebody on that side of the fence.
Well, this is it. Well, you can't keep everybody happy.
No, but what one thing we will say quickly, and I was trying to keep this out of politics, but who saw that coming? What's happened over the water? I like, wow. I didn't think he'd get voted in the first time. So to then get re-elected, Mr. Donald Trump as President of America.
I was talking to Shell about this, and as I told her, I just said, their system is broken. How he came to be... All the stuff that was thrown at him last time, there was talk of him, he's going to end up in jail, or he's done this wrong, done that wrong, done all the rest wrong. And then suddenly, surprise, I'm back, and president again.
Well, I don't know enough about it, and I haven't really got an opinion. It's up to them what they do with their own country. But what I did say to the girls was, there's a lesson in this, and the lesson is, expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Because it's probably going to happen.
Yes. But the markets were up.
Oh, I heard that.
The UK markets were up. There's confidence in him.
Yeah, there is.
Rather than that geriatric that was... How? In all of 380 million people, and that was the person that you voted in as your clued up leader. Was that old geriatric?
Yeah, but I think he lost it during his presidency.
I know, but he could barely string his ends together to start with.
Right.
And then if you're listening to... I listened to a podcast about the man himself and some of his shady double dealings. Horrific. And
which one?
Was it his son?
The one that's just leaving, or the
Biden? Yeah,
right.
no, Biden, and his son and a laptop. Oh God, you honestly listen to something about that. I'll not spoil it for you, but that's just hilariously inept.
Right.
Just
You see, that's just it, isn't it? Like they're all as bad as each other.
Yes. No, no one's perfect. No one.
But I don't really know why you'd want to be a politician. You've got to be mental anyway, really, haven't you? Because it's a massive popularity contest to do a job that everyone hates you for doing. It's like a flip side, isn't it? Like who's the most who's the best worst person at this job? We'll elect them, and then we're gonna make them feel like tell them they're rubbish at it, regardless of what they do, because they're gonna upset you. You're never gonna please anybody. If you please somebody doing well, seemingly.
Yeah, but let's be honest, they're like Teflon ducks. The water is just gonna. Poof. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not even gonna get to them.
Is that why they've all got greasy hair?
Probably, yeah. He says as the sun glints nicely on his bald head, but still. I think it's a case of they've voted the man back in because I think there's just been a bit of the population have been had enough of being pushed left and left and left and left, and then suddenly we've got someone who's maybe a bit more over to the right, and that's what people are pushing for.
Yeah.
Like how Trudeau in Canada is leading them up a very dark alley.
Yeah.
You can't say this, you can't say that, you have to do this, you have to do that.
Yeah. When they were all protesting, all the wagon drivers were protesting. I rung with my uncle in Canada and had a chat with him about it. And yeah, it was just, it's hard to get your head around, really.
Why didn't they start passing legislation so they could deal with the people involved with it as terrorists?
They didn't. I don't know that bit, but I just
that may be bollocks. But,
yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we're going down
political
another dark alley. But yeah, AI.
I thought we better just.
AI only ever that I can see is being pushed because of, and ever developed, because people want to put it out there because they can see that people will want to invest in it and buy into it because it means I don't have to do as much.
Yeah, but what I would say about the Witter, that is a real life application that has real impact. That isn't just like writing someone's essay for them because they can't be asked.
True.
That is a real purpose where people cannot get people to do that job. No matter how easy it is, there isn't. Like in this country, they are coming from the other side of Europe and further to do that work, and there isn't enough of them. So that's the reason why it's sort of it's not replacing people because they aren't there to start with.
I'm not for a moment saying that your Witter is going to become self-aware and then start.
No. But it ain't going to be for everybody either.
You're going to get a knock at the door and there's just two weeding heads gnarling at you. No, I'm not. But
yeah,
I still think, like you say, that's a real-time application. Brilliant. I can see the need there, but there's a lot of other things that it's just becoming insidious.
Yeah, because the funny thing is, if I have had a bit of play with AI to do like marketing, and you use AI to generate it, but then Google and Facebook pick up on the fact that it's AI generated and they don't like it. So it's like it was meant to be the saviour for someone who doesn't like marketing like me and finds it difficult. Some people find it easy, I don't. And like writing sentences and writing content is just not something I'm good at. And so it seemed like when that lad left his job, I thought, I'll have a look at this. And it soon became apparent, actually,
it is quite good.
Well, it's quite good, but also they're combating it.
Yeah.
And in fairness, Vicky, Mike's wife, who's a vet and was she was lecturing at Harper Adams at the vet school there. So like they've got software now that reads people's essays. So like when we were there, we put our dissertation in. How many 1,000 words? It was printed out, wasn't it? We had to submit them as printed out. I think now they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't.
Ah, right.
So now, but now they have to go through. They have to basically feed it through a program to find the bits that are plagiarised. And
I can say, hand on heart, there isn't a computer this side of a BBC Micro that would have put its name to my dissertation. There you go.
Yes, I can fully believe that.
I can grant
what-
that was penned by moi.
What did it have on it? What did you put on it?
My signature, I don't know.
Was it not a picture? It was for Alvis, wasn't it?
Oh, Alvis, yeah,
It was
Alvis Vehicles.
Alvis
in
Vehicles who make
Telford.
tanks.
They make tanks, armoured personnel carriers, all that.
And so, what was the picture on the front of your dissertation?
I took the Alvis badge off the front of the armoured car, changed it to Elvis, and I had Elvis singing out of the top hatch.
Of a tank.
Yeah, and handed that in. No one noticed. Never mind. But you see, I didn't use AI. I honestly, I
You
spent
should
more
time
time
wisely.
peeing about learning how to use Adobe Photoshop than I did writing that dissertation. I learnt all about layers and what have you, and flatten image.
Wow.
Took some doing, but I mastered it.
Good use of your time. Look what you're doing now.
Living the dream, James.
To dig 6 ton or 3 ton of muck out of a spreader.
Oh, yeah. It's just staring at me.
That was another thing, actually. I ended up meeting Chris Myers.
Right.
Chris Myers is the lad that does Pro Horizon farming videos.
Should I know? I probably should.
You've probably seen them. You won't realise you've seen them, to be honest.
Right.
He does some pretty cool videos, and I saw him on the plane on the way out, and I thought I recognise you. And then he was in the lounge on the way back, and I just walked up and said, "I think I recognise you." And then ended up having a good chat with him.
Oh,
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know whether to say hello or not." And he said, "Oh, it really annoys me when people message me afterwards saying, 'Oh, I think I saw you.' I didn't say hello." So anyway, yeah, I had a good chat with him. That was quite good to see. So yeah, that was random, but good. So yeah.
What's he up to at the moment?
Well, he was out there for Seat Tyres, doing a load of stuff out there. And,
Oh.
he does all sorts of other stuff other than the videos, which I didn't know about.
See, as you say, James, I have only just furnished myself with one for the front of the tractor.
With one?
Well, it was to match the other side, which it came with.
Oh, it already had a Seat.
It came with one new Seat and one very iffy Firestone,
Right.
which I burnt off this summer.
What, on purpose or just
I just look.
It just disappeared.
Generally, time is of the essence. So whenever there's a bend or corner to be taken, generally you're coming in hot.
Right. And it was on the inside then? On the third side? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And strangely,
was it locking?
rolling radius was way off. Even though it was warm, it was still way off. Front axle was sat.
Right.
Like that, which was good. That's a good thing. because the hub on the high side has a leak. So we're keeping it in, yeah?
They're keeping the oil in the hub because it's leaning the wrong way.
Yeah. Sweet.
Right.
There we go.
Nice. There's always a way, isn't there? Good job it wasn't the other way around.
Imagine my reluctance to change the tyre. I thought, oh, it's going to cost me an oil now, is it?
tyre.
I could mend the seal, but I've got oil. I haven't got the seal, but I've got oil.
Right.
So
just keep it topped up.
once I've run out of oil, I'll mend the seal. That's how it works, James.
Fair enough. Why not?
Am I wasting time mending a seal? No. I'm cracking on because I've got oil.
Right. So
Anyway.
now that you might have to dig 3 ton out of that spreader, you're going to do the seal first.
It's looking viable.
Yeah.
It's looking like a good option.
Which is the least worst job to do.
Well, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, how long till I actually truly need that spreader again? Oh, it could be a while, actually. Maybe I could put it off a bit. But no, I'm going to have to just get in.
Because it's not going to get any better for time, is it? It's just going to settle, go solid.
It's just going to get worse.
Then it'll frost.
Oh, yeah. In fact, why don't we just write it off now?
What, the spreader?
Yeah.
Just ring Mark Watson and say, here, come and get this.
I'll whip the wheels off it. Take it. It's done.
Send it abroad somewhere. Oh dear.
It's on the back of the tractor now. I'll just drag it into York. There you go, boys. Have at it.
Aye, fair enough. So yeah, what did you want to talk about this week? Anything particular?
I have a huge list of ranty things
All right, we're on a
that I
rant.
think we chatted about and then made some particularly good content, but we can't do that again now because it'd just be like reading off a script. But of all things, something that's been bugging me,
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just came into my head. Tight cuffs on jumpers and jackets and stuff.
Right, yeah.
Because it messes with your watch. Your watch ends up down there and then it's just in the way and stabbing you in the hand. And you push it back up and then it's back down and it's just... They don't stay where they need to. It's too tight to get from my arm and then it won't back down. But worse, Shell, bless her, got me one of those Ridgeline, really waterproof working jackets. Brilliant for being out and about in it.
Yeah.
Elasticated cuffs in it. I can barely get my hands through them when it's dry and I'm putting it on in the house. Now, reverse that process with wet, cold hands.
It's not happening.
Honestly, I was stood there I got to a point where I should have taken one out completely before I started on the other, but I didn't. And suddenly,
This isn't going to work then,
suddenly I'm flapping around wearing an elaborate straitjacket that I can't get my hands out of, flailing around, creating havoc.
What, in the house? Or...
Yeah, getting madder and madder. And I'm getting to the point where I'm chatting to myself and yelling and muttering. I'm muttering, saying, if I had a pair of scissors right now, I'd chop these bastards off.
How? Your arms are from the inside.
Exactly. That's just it. That's what was... That, even if there was a pair of scissors sat next to me,
you couldn't get hold of them.
Yeah. Everything flashes through your mind. You're thinking, I'll just chop them off. I'll just shred the lot. I'll just stamp it into non-existence. I just could not get my hands out of them.
So I have
Just
two things.
wet, cold.
I have two things on that. The spray suits that I get, so I get them like white spray suits. They have elasticated cuffs, which aren't really a problem for that job, but they have elasticated ankles as well.
Yeah.
So the first thing I do is take a pair of scissors to them and chop the elastic out. They're like a disposable spray suit. You see like CSI and people like that wearing. And like I can't do it.
Is that because you end up wearing them like 1920s bathing suits?
It's like they end up here when you're spray painting, and then you've got your overalls and your boots. But the other thing that I would say is, and I'm pleased to say, it looks like it's going out of fashion, is tight jeans. I cannot wear tight jeans. Lindsay got me a pair a few years ago, and I was like, I put them on. I wore them for one night. I was like, no, can't wear them. Just cannot abide them. So I've always worn like bootcut jeans or straight jeans.
Yes.
And it's coming back around now. So I'll be back in fashion, and then I'll be out of fashion again. But then it'll come back round again.
You won't care because you will be comfortable.
Because I'll be happy.
Exactly.
It's like you with your musto fleece at school.
Still have it. Still have it.
With no sleeves.
Well, it did have sleeves, but then I got my arms caught in the cuffs, so I chopped them off. Trend set it.
Yeah. When everyone was mocking you, saying you couldn't afford the arms.
Yeah.
But
Philistines. Whereas now,
look at all now.
You just can't move in agriculture for people wearing a fleece body warmer, but with brown piping.
Well, yeah, this isn't brown piping to it.
Ah, well, you're all right.
It is a fleece body one, but yeah.
Where did this come from? Where did this? It's almost like a uniform.
Yes. There's
we have to have the belt with the like Kenyan beads sewn into them.
Yeah.
And then a bloody who makes them? Shuffle.
I think it's Shuffle. They've made some.
Exactly. Where did they come from?
Hell, they've made some brass. They're going protesting next is it Tuesday the 19th? In London, aren't they? About the NFU.
I
About
believe so. Yes.
so a lot of farmers are going down to protest about what the government have done. It's going to be a sea of shuffle,
It is, yeah.
isn't it?
But the beauty of it is that the police won't be able to do a damn thing about them. Caucasian male, green body warmer, bit of poncy brown piping around it, jeans,
Dealer
boots. Narrows it down, Sarge.
That's what they all look like.
It's just going to be a sea of them. Honestly, it's going to be like that end scene of one of them in the Thomas Crown affair,
Yes.
where all these men with bowler hats just bool out and swamp the place.
So that's where it's going to come into its own, isn't it? All wearing exactly the same stuff.
Exactly.
Because
Method in the madness.
Get away with anything.
Yeah.
Like, who did it? We don't know because they all look the same. So yeah, it's all been building up to this. That's what it's been.
Indeed, yes.
So,
and also frequenting all pubs, all shows, all
yes,
ag do's.
yes,
It's just a sea.
yeah.
And like you say, they've made a pretty penny of it. And who the hell decided that that's the uniform? And this ridgeline thing, where the hell did that suddenly pop from?
Is that not New Zealand?
Yeah.
Someone's come back from in fairness.
But suddenly, this is the new in thing. You've got to be seen. And I don't know. We're all a bit sort of sheepish because I didn't give a shit for them. But anyway, Shell came. Oh, here, have this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I bought it on the farm account, but here, have this.
So
Thank you.
It's a present you paid for.
You bought yourself this.
Me and Linz went to New Zealand in 2008, and I brought back a jumper from there. So it's wool, but then it's lined. Hell, that is a hell of a good jumper.
Yeah,
it is a good jumper. And Lindsay actually got me another one imported because I've worn it to death. So much so, Lindsay's mum's actually stitched arm pads on the elbows because I wore them out.
You've gone full geography teacher.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is epic. Like, it's kept me warm as that.
Yeah.
But so that's. I think they somehow they must know what works somehow. I don't know why we don't.
I'm not having to go against the technical ability of the clothing. It will be good.
Well, you are because you don't like the cuffs. Just come out. Just come off, or just cut up them. That'll snap all the elastic, and you'll be happy then.
I know, but because it was bought for me, it feels like if I'd have bought it, they'd have been gone. But because it's been bought for me, then for some reason
you did buy it.
You've got me on a technicality there. True. Right, I'll go and sharpen the scissors.
So when Shell's ringing me up, giving him telling off, why has he cut his sleeves off? He says it was your fault. You told him to do it.
It was only meant to be the cuffs.
Well, yeah.
And then I got carried away, and then I nicked a bit further up. Next thing you know, it's my special carve a cow jacket now.
You've got any cows to carve.
Well, honestly, I have jumpers that I wear just for lambing time because I've taken the sleeves off to there.
Yeah,
because of fiddling about with all this rubbish. Generally, during lambing time, I don't have anything with any sleeves on.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I'm usually wandering around with
a sheep on your arm.
I'm usually elbow deep in something, just waving around. Yeah.
Oh well, never mind.
Oh, that joy's all to come again, isn't it?
Same here, won't it?
Oh, another little rant.
God dear, it's a ranty day today.
It's only November, isn't it? It's November.
Yeah, it is November.
Yeah. Festive season, quite a bit away, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be.
But it isn't. Why?
I honestly think it should be passed into law. There's no Christmas adverts, mention, even songs until the 1st of December.
Right, yeah.
Because the longer you push it,
yeah.
I know it's the retailers pushing it because they want to maximise the most that they can from this debacle.
Spin it out, yeah.
Which I kind of understand from their point, but my God, it's just becoming worse.
Well, so we've had the conversation today, me and Linz, about when we're getting our Christmas tree, and we will not get it until I think we're getting it the last day of November, so it will go up on the 1st of December. Because if you go any sooner, you're like
I would argue
the
you're
novelty's
still
worn
early
off.
there.
Well, yeah, but we've got 2 girls who are keen, and I think it's But if you go any sooner, then the novelty's worn off by the 25th of December, hasn't it?
Oh,
25 days,
God,
isn't
yeah.
it? Come on, it's like 3 weeks.
Well, it is now. Honestly, they started rearranging shelves and stuff in supermarkets, and was it Poundland I went into the other day, and they had Christmas music playing. I was to drag out of there
I think
before I kicked off.
There's a radio station called Heart Christmas. I think it started in November. I think I heard that they'd started it. It's like one of them that comes and goes. Like, obviously, not on all the time.
No.
So it comes back at a certain time of year, and I think it started in November.
But again, I would
November.
argue that's there for you to find.
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
You
it's not
want
in your
it,
face.
you can have it.
Yeah.
Whereas I walk in somewhere and I'm not going for Christmas at all. It's just day to day. I need this from this place, and it's just in your face all the time. Just
All right, Grinch.
Mariah and Carey.
Yeah.
I'm not a Grinch. I do like Christmas. I like the festive spirit and what have you. But my God, there's a huge amount of stress and arse-ache involved.
Yeah.
And just this feeling that it has to be nice. It has to be. If you don't enjoy Christmas, you're doing something wrong. Look at all these people that are out there and having such a wonderful, wonderful time with their families, and we've all got chunky sweaters on and a table's covered in food, and there'll be some people out there that can't do that.
Yeah. But some people choose not to do it, like wagon drivers who asked to go to Europe for Christmas.
Well,
and they'd rather be in a wagon cab somewhere in Europe as be at home for Christmas.
I would think that's kind of on the extreme, but
well, it is. But
if that's how they want to be, then that's an issue for them and their families.
Yeah, I suspect it's a certain type of person who's probably not got that much family. And anyway, yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I agree. It's I do enjoy Christmas. What I am doing this year, because I didn't do it last year, and it was unfair on the girls.
Buying presents. Get them a horse.
Shut up!
Ponies.
Shut up!
What?
I'm
Let's
stopping.
have one each. It's only fair.
I built my stables.
What?
I built my stables.
You have?
Yeah, they're only like that big.
Oh,
stables.
you arse.
They've got doors on with bolts on and everything, like double doors as well, not just a single door.
For their toy horses.
Yeah. What were you meaning? I don't know what you're talking about. I am stopping work sooner, because if I don't stop, I stopped. Well, I didn't stop in time, and it sounds big-headed and this, that, and the other. But anyway, when you're running your own business, mentally, you just your brain's going all the time, and like when it's your own business and it's just you and it all relies on you, if you don't stop at a certain time, you don't actually stop for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because then you end up sort of mentally working through Christmas, and it's not fair on the girls, it's not fair on the family. And so this year I am stopping on the 20th of December, and I will probably still do some jobs, but I am making a point of stopping on the 20th. The 20th is a Friday.
Yep.
I am booking my place at the Cover Bridge for between 4 and 5 on Friday night. I'm going to go and have a pint there. We did it last year. Me and 2 friends really enjoyed it. So that's going to be... And I will end up doing some stuff, but I'm just going to make a concerted effort to try and stop in good time so that when it comes to Christmas Day, I am not thinking about work. I'm not like sat at my computer on Christmas Day doing work like I was last year.
So last year, it kind of ruined your presents. You couldn't play with your Lego. You were too busy working.
Oh, it was horrible. It was awful. Scale Electrics didn't get opened.
Oh no!
But yeah, No,
Yeah.
yeah. So this year, yeah, there's a plan.
Good.
Whether it works or not is another thing. But then there's like people like you you'll be working Christmas Day because you've got sheep. My brother and Vicky, they'll be working.
Yeah, it's not. I'll admit we're not as busy because we don't have any cattle inside. We might have some lambs and such like, but not much. Nothing that's going to take much harm if you just throw some feed at it. And
Yeah,
do
have
one.
this.
And for instance, the sheep, if Christmas Day, go out, chuck them a bale or two in the feeders, and
Yeah,
make sure nothing's too untoward or decrepit, or
yeah,
there's not too many out there with the legs in the air.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not like, for instance, milking.
No,
That's every day, without fail.
Well, the trouble with milking cows is like for those that like for small family farms, they like they sort of do a shed load of work in the run up to Christmas Day, so they don't have to do as much on Christmas Day, so they can spend as much time with the family, and then end up doing a load of work after Christmas Day to catch up for what they didn't do on Christmas Day.
Mhm.
So like going round, and well, in fairness, you do it like livestock farmers in general. Like I worked at a farm, and we used to go around and like bed everything up really, really well on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So that it was the minimum amount of work to do on Christmas Day.
Yes.
But then you were back in on Boxing Day, like bedding
Picking
up
up
really
the
well.
slack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
making up for it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always growing up when we were on a bigger farm. There was more to do. There was all those things to do on Christmas Day, but I didn't really mind it.
No,
It wasn't all day that you're having to work. You just go out, I go out, feed up the cattle, bed them if they needed it.
well, this is one of the things I was thinking about this week after our conversation last week. You've got to want to do it. This is what the government don't seem to understand. You've got to want to do it. People are doing it by choice, but also you've got to want to do it. Otherwise, you'd soon get sick of it and you just say, "No, I'm not doing it. Let someone else do it."
Yes.
Regardless of what it is in agriculture, you've got to want to do it. Because if you don't want to do it, you aren't going to do a very good job of it, and then you're not going to make a lot of money, and you're soon going to be out of business.
That's the harsh point of it, is that yes, you have got to work above and beyond to survive.
There is exceptions to that rule, but
Well, yes, there are.
But-
yeah, but
yeah.
I'm talking more along the lines of, say, livestock farming
yeah,
and what have you. Yeah, it's just more time, more effort. There's things pulling at you daily, whereas, for instance, a arable farm, you have your busy times of the year, you do, but it's not hitting you all day, every day.
there's different. I think it's different kind of pressure in that situation. In like for arable farmers, it's like different pressure in a different way, because like if they don't get drilled up and the weather goes against them, they only get one chance. It's like to get that corn in the ground, get it drilled, and if they miss that chance,
Yeah, they only
they'll
get one
pay
chance.
the price,
Yeah,
because the next chance they'll get will be like 3-4 months later, and you're into less yield because it's not grown as long.
exactly.
They never
Yeah.
do as well. Spring crops never do as well.
They get one chance at plan A,
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah,
and then it's plan B.
yeah. Which financially will have hit them one way or another. So yeah, yeah. No, it's just part of it, isn't it?
Right, we've been told to keep these things a lot shorter
Yes,
than
a
we
bit
have
more
been.
concise.
Yes,
structured.
more concise. Also, from a personal point of view, I watched the other two, and I found that I'm throwing my arms around a hell of a lot.
Right.
Gesticulation. I say, and whatever, and what have you, a hell of a lot.
Well,
which
my
I
word is
probably have
like,
done again.
to be fair.
And I not stutter, but I say about, and then try and formulate a more cohesive sentence in my head.
Yeah.
And there's just that split second in between where I'm having to twist my two brain cells together. There's a sheep coming to eat my pasty as we speak.
Oh, that's the end of that, isn't it?
Pasty's done for now. The sheep's eating it. And also my eyes, which hasn't been helped by the sun streaming into them.
No.
But it looks on camera as though I never opened my eyes.
Well, I think I'm a bit the same. Is it lamb? Pasty?
No, cheese.
Well, it was.
Oh, no, there's another one coming now. We're going to have to turn the camera around.
Yeah.
This. Oh, I'd take a photo of it with my phone, but I had to throw it away because it was making
It's
noises.
there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, take a picture.
Oh, they've run away now.
Take a picture of the setup. Oh, it's gone back to grass now.
Yeah, it's left me pasty alone. There's another fat one coming now, thinking that there's.
Good
more
job we
food
just
to be
finished,
had.
isn't it?
Yeah.
This
Look at it.
is real, isn't it? But no other podcasters have sheep eating stuff around.
There's James. There's our
Audience.
Yep. There's the sound lady.
The producer.
Doris is on video. She's not watching a job, Doris, actually. She's eating a crisp too much. Seven ladies left.
Give up.
And the producer just doesn't give a toss.
Well, there we go. Right.
Yeah, latest, folks.
Laters. Thanks very much for
I've
watching.
got a spreader to dig in, pretend to be a mole the rest of the afternoon.
Dig out.
Ugh.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, let us know. It's quite interesting hearing different comments, what different people think.
Oh, have people been putting comments on?
Well, yeah, the best bit is
Really?
the analytics reckons that no women are watching, whereas we know that one of our
Yeah.
viewers is a female, Lindsay.
Ah, but is she signed in when she watches it?
Well, I don't know, to be
That's
honest.
the thing.
She might be watching it on
Yeah.
my account, so then it's
Just you looking
just
at you
me.
again.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if they rule them ones out when you watch yourself. Whether they count them or not.
No.
But yeah.
But there's actually comments coming back in.
Well, yeah, to me. Not
Oh.
not on the video.
Oh, not on the
No.
privately.
Just like,
What are you playing at?
yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm just happy that they're all stood on 4 legs and they're not limping, going around like some decrepit. Never mind. Right, crack
Right,
on.
come on.